Here to talk about the intersection of ballet and,
Design,
UX, pretty much, yeah.
Thank you so much for the
guys
sweet
ready?
introduction.
You guys ready? 1, 2, 3. Whoosh!
I got all the energy. Thank you.
We all love you. You're going to be great.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing today? Good? Yeah, I hope everybody has been getting so much value out of this conference because I have been, and it's just been incredible to say the least. So huge props to the whole UX Copenhagen team and Hella for organizing all of this and bringing us all together today. My name is Rina. Let's go to the slide. I'm so excited to be here with you all today, and also very grateful to be speaking alongside so many amazing speakers from this wonderful conference. So thank you everybody for attending in person and online. I want to start out this talk by giving everybody a little bit of context about my story first. So I come from a very non-traditional background. Prior to working in technology, I was a ballerina. So I started ballet at the age of 5, with the typical baby ballet classes. And then I started training professionally from the age of 11, which meant training before school, after school, every weekend, any holiday breaks, and every summer break I was at a ballet summer intensive. So I was quite literally obsessed with ballet, and being a professional ballerina was the only goal I had in life. That dream did come true for a brief moment when I was 19 years old, when I signed my first professional contract and moved to Spain alone to pursue this profession full time. But long story short, and very unexpectedly, I made a life-changing decision to leave the ballet industry afterwards. And now when I was in the process of transitioning careers from ballet to technology, I was very lost, to say the least. I wasn't quite sure how my career in ballet or those 15 years of hard work could even translate into this new field. So to put it very simply, I thought I had to start my life over from scratch. Well, here I am today. I'm currently at Mooch, a financial technology startup in the DeFi space where I lead designs and look over the end-to-end product experience. We are building a budgeting app for Gen Zs powered by blockchain, alongside a community of over 450,000 who we refer to as our partners instead of users. So heads up, I'll be using that terminology a lot. I just don't use the term users, so you'll be hearing a lot of partners today. But here's a very wholesome slide of my teammates and I. We are a very small but mighty team of 15, and that's a little bit about me. As you can see, my office pretty much turned from a studio where I spent my days, years training and rehearsing, to now the digital world where I create products digitally and collaborate digitally for the most part as well. So Rina, why become a designer, you might ask? Why work in product? And why did you choose to work in technology? So my goal for this talk today is to share my view on the intersection between these two very separate fields of industry, or the very invisible similarities of the two, and how my experience in ballet actually helps me become a better designer. Hence, tying this into the conference theme of invisibility. So in order to clearly see the similarities between ballet and technology, I want to start out by first decoupling the two and focusing on each individually first. So let's start with digital product design and the industry of technology. So I know everybody has their own definition, but I'll just start with mine. When we're designing a product, it's not only going to be about the colors, the animations, or just the aesthetics alone. It's really a craft where product thinking, business thinking, strategy, and overall experience design are intersected and balanced together. We're talking product design here, right? And the industry of technology where product design lives is very innovative. There are always tons of new apps coming out, new technologies being built, blockchain, the metaverse, the entire Web3 space, and with ChatGPT and the whole AI tools coming out, the AI hype as well, as you all may know. So it's really an industry where everybody's trying to build the next big thing. And with that comes designs as well. And as designers comes the responsibility of designing for our audience, no matter how complex the technology itself becomes. So creating a product that serves people and brings value to their lives. So that's kind of my definition in a nutshell of what product design and the industry of technology is. So let's move forward to classical ballet. What is classical ballet? I'm actually quite curious to know if anybody in the audience knows or has seen a ballet before. So hands up if you have. Ooh, okay, that's a pretty good response. I was kind of expecting worse. So that's fun. For those of you who I guess don't know, it's not just about the pink tutus or the twirling or the standing up on your toes. It's more than that. It's a style of dance that has been handed down over centuries. It comes with a lot of history and discipline when you decide to take on this art form. It's a very mentally and physically exhausting art form, also called a sport sometimes, very subjective, but there's truth to it being both, in my opinion. But yet, as difficult and exhausting ballet is, the feeling of performing, the magic of it, and the rewards of all those difficult training reaping into fruition makes up for it, and is the majority of reason why dancers continue to dance and persevere through. So ballet is very strict on techniques, which are based from body positions head to toe, literally like face angles, neck angles, rib cage angles, the line, like literally everything head to toe. But also on top of that, there's the principles of turnout, balance, and stability, all while being able to express and tell a story artistically. So it's really a combination of mastering technical work while being able to showcase creativity and expression on the outside. Okay, so with all of that being said, what I want to do now is list all the similarities I've noticed in no particular order, and we'll get into each one more in depth later on, but in my 2 cents, ballet and design are both, one, a creation. They both have the ability to give an experience a form, right? Or to tell a story. They both have the power to influence, control, and sway emotions. And in order to get to that specific aesthetic or ideal experience we are envisioning, they both require countless numbers of iterations and experimentation, to the extent that it almost follows a scientific experiment, in my opinion. They both require a strong basis of foundation, which principles are then built upon, and they both require strategy. And lastly, they both require technique to be a good designer and a good dancer. So at the end of the day, they are all a subset of each other, and they very much are interdependent to each other. So in order, this is how I would like to navigate my talk today, starting out with the macro view of their invisible similarity of their similar goal, and then sharing the invisible similarities when it comes to their process, which is more on the micro view.